till it's there. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. Starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. Oh no. Talking about a revolution. Oh, while they're standing in the welfare lines, crying at the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds a whisper. And finally the
My fellow Liberians, our country cannot succeed unless the people of Liberia succeed. The truth is, the Liberia we live in right now is hurting, and we cannot continue down this road. But if we have faith and new political leadership dedicated to working to ensure that Liberia takes its rightful place as a leading nation in Africa, then the suffering of our people will not be the end of our story, merely the beginning. We must decide what type of nation we want to live in, what type of standards we want to set for ourselves, and what type of dreams we want to invest in that will ensure Liberia is the greatest country on the African continent. A new Liberia with modern hospitals.
Okay, so welcome. Okay, welcome. Welcome back, folks. Welcome to the program, Hour of a New Liberia. So, like we said, right, this program is centered around the agenda of Dr. CLARENCE MONIBA. So today, like I said, we're going to be telling you who is Dr. CLARENCE MONIBA. What is his impact on the Liberian society? What are those things he have achieved in those places that he have worked, both in and out of Liberia? What are those things he have done for our people, for the people that he say he want to change their life? Because there is a popular saying, right? To determine a man's future, you should look at his past. So today we are going to look at Dr. CLARENCE MONIBA past. What are those things he have done? What are those things he have achieved in those places he worked? So tell us where you are watching us from. Those of you following us on Facebook, those of you following on our YouTube channel, tell us where you are following us from. Please, we want to recognize, we want to know who are those that are following us and those that are watching us on the program, The Hour of a New Liberia. So, as you may be aware, Dr. CLARENCE MONIBA is the son of Liberia's former vice president, Dr. Harry Moniba, the late Dr. Harry Moniba. Dr. CLARENCE Moniba has a PhD. He has master in public administration. He has PhD in communication. So for the matter of fact, he's the most educated candidate in these elections. And in fact, in Liberia history, the first person to be having PhD to contest for the presidency. So he says that he's the first person rather. Now, he is the son of former Vice President Dr. Harry Moniba. And Dr. CLARENCE Moniba, like any other person, right? He lived in Liberia and he had the opportunity to go into the United States of America, where he Liberian will say hustle. He worked hard and got scholarship. He hustled for scholarship. And he started to pursue his education. And today, he was able to obtain a PhD. He was able to obtain a PhD. Dr. Clarence K. MONIBA have worked more than 15 years. More than 15 years, he has worked in both public and private entities, in government, out of government. Dr. Clarence K. MONIBA. He worked the first government job he had was to work with the Liberian embassy in the United States of America. He worked there. And he also worked with the United Nations Permanent Mission. He also worked with the United Nations. He worked with, of course, the Liberian government. He worked with the Liberian government. And over the years, he worked from 2014 to 2018. He worked 4 years in the Liberian government. 4 consecutive years in the Liberian government, where he served as chairman of the board of LEC, where he served as head of the presidential delivery unit. He served as the Minister of State without portfolio. The Minister of State without portfolio. He served that position. For the matter of fact, he became the youngest person to serve that position. He served on the board of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. So Dr. Clarence K. MONIBA, he worked in the Liberian government for 4 years, and he worked with different sectors, understanding those sectors. So that's the reason why when Dr. Clarence K. MONIBA is telling you, give me the opportunity, because I have had the experience, I know the challenges that those sectors have. I know the challenges that you face with when it comes to the issue of electricity. I know the challenges you are faced with. When it comes to the issue of water, I know the challenges you are faced with. When it comes to the issue of infrastructure development, I know the challenges Liberians are faced with. Because he worked in those sectors. He understands those sectors. He knows what it takes to transform those sectors from the experience that he have had. So the man we're talking about here is he's not a stranger. The man is not a stranger. He's someone that is well acquainted with the Liberian society. He's well acquainted with the Liberian society. He knows the challenges our people are faced with in the health sector, the agriculture sector. And that's the reason why the next edition of the show, we will deep dive into his policy, his agenda. We'll look at it one by one. We'll look at it one by one. We'll look at it. Many of our people that are contesting these elections, they're talking about, oh, they all may get 40 years of experience, they all may get 90 years of experience, they all may be popular. Listen, fellow Liberians, transforming your life has nothing to do with popularity. For your life to be transformed, right, it has nothing to do with popularity. So if the man popular, but he's not able to craft the needed policy that will change your life, he's not able to lobby on behalf of the country in those various sectors that will bring transformation to the country. Then he's the popular. Then what good will his popularity make to the country? Right now, you see the kind of thing we are faced with in this country. You see the kind of thing we are faced with. We have a president that is very much popular. He is very much popular. But his popularity took to the presidency, but now we are feeling the pinch. We see how damaged the entire economy is. We are seeing it. We are feeling it. We are living with it. So when it comes to the presidency, when it comes to someone that will transform your life, it has nothing to do with popularity. If a man is popular but he does not have the technical know-how to transform your life, to transform the living condition of the people of the Oma where they're in Grangela County, the Oma where they're in Maryland County, if that man does not have the technical know-how, then you say he's popular, then what good is his popularity? Then what good is his popularity? That's why some of us, we will always come in here, we sit before this phone and inform you, tell you that Dr. Clarence K. MONIBA, he might not be as popular as those other candidates are, but he has what it takes to transform Liberia. He has what it takes to transform Liberia. Dr. Clarence K. MONIBA, in those sectors, so for instance, when he worked with the Liberia Electricity Corporation, right? It was under his administration that the CLSG land today, the current we're talking about, we know it coming to be the current from Africa. That today we have the current Liberia. Through the instrumentality of Dr. Clarence K. MONIBA, he negotiated. They started the process. The government at that time paid the first percentage, right, to bring the current into the country. Because they saw the need that, hey, our people, Dr. Clarence K. MONIBA, he saw the need that our people, we are in the 21st century, Liberia is dark, Liberians are living in darkness. So we need to do something about it. That's how his team, headed by him, they went to negotiate with CLSG. And today, the core is in Liberia. Today, the core is in Liberia. That's what a far-sighted leader does. You look at the future. You look at the future. Dr. Clarence K. MONIBA, he knew that every year the population is increasing. Every year the population is increasing. So therefore, we must find something that our people will have a stable electricity. Although right now the current administration, they are mismanaging it. They are not able, they are even holding those guys from CLSG. And we are faced with a serious problem now with the current from Africa. But it was Dr. Clarence K. MONIBA. That's why when a man sits, right, and see those things that he worked to bring into Liberia, through his effort into Liberia. Many thanks to Elijah himself that gave him the opportunity. So when he see people misusing it, he see people damaging it, it hurts him. You are down there, after you spend your energy behind something, then someone just come and damage it. It will hurt you. That's the reason why Dr. Clarence K. MONIBA is telling us, Lord, give me the chance. Give me the opportunity. Give me the opportunity so I will change Liberia for the good. Today, Liberians, especially those all around the Mozzarella area, We know why when it comes to electricity, what are we benefiting now? Because we had a leader that was far-sighted. And these are the kind of leaders we need in our country. These are the leaders we need for our country. He is best suited. The man is educated. He has experience. He has what it takes. He has the energy. This man is just 44 years of age. So look around the world. Look at all the leaders around the world. And compare the day and Dr. Clarence, majority of those leaders in the top countries, they are in the age range of Dr. Clarence MONIBA. They are making things to happen. Because right now the war is involving no one wants old person. No one wants old person. And also nobody wants someone who you know but you do not have the ability to craft any policy that will transform the life of the people. So people, everyone around the world now, they want someone that have the technical knowledge, someone that have the ability, someone that will not rest until the life of the people are transformed. And that is what Dr. Clarence MONIBA is bringing to the presidency if you will give him a chance. If you will give him a chance. If you're given that particular authority, that is what he's bringing to the table. That is what he's bringing to the Liberian presidency. The energy, the strength, someone that will not rest. Someone that will reach every part of the country to know what are those things that the people are faced with and find the solution. Dr. Clarence MONIBA. Under the administration of Dr. Clarence MONIBA, right? He and his team, headed by him, negotiated. He was the new negotiator for Liberia when they got that 250 million. Today, Liberia can boast of a hydro. 250 million through the instrumentality of Dr. Clarence MONIBA. Today, the president we have. Tell me when last after has the president go anywhere and they give him he bring back 250 million. When he go again 50 million, 25 million, 10 million, we jumping around here. See, people jumping around. We're talking about someone that when he sit before world leaders, he will tell them the problem that Liberians are faced with. You'll be able to convince them. That's the ability he has. We talking about someone who just go and just sit, just listen to people talking, go take picture with people. These are not the kinds of leaders we're talking about. We're talking about someone that will definitely represent you in every part of the country. So we have the opportunity, fellow Liberians. We have the opportunity now. The opportunity is ours. The opportunity now, the ball is in our court to make the decision. The ball is in our court to make the decision. So if someone who was not president, right? Imagine someone who was not president can go and negotiate and get 250 million to bring back to this country. So imagine when this man is a president, where he will have the opportunity to sit with world leaders. And our current state MONIBA, he has said most of those corporate world leaders, now majority of them, they are his friends. They were classmates. You know, he attended the Harvard University. They were classmates. And he worked when he was working with the World Bank, right? The United Nations. He had time with those people. They talk about both countries, of their various countries. So he's still friendly with those people. So if he given the opportunity, those people, they are leaders of their country. If he's the leader of his country today, when he goes sit before any of his friends to tell them, say, hey, Liberia, we want to develop our agriculture sector. We want for Liberia in the next 2 to 3 years to be able to feed themselves. Where he will list all of those things, telling them what he wants. You think those people, his friends, will look at him and tell him they can't do it? Well, they know the heart he has for this country, the love he has for this country, they will definitely do it. And your life will be transformed. You will be the beneficiary of it. I will be a beneficiary of it. That's why we need to give Dr. Clarence MONIBA the chance. That's the kind of person we are talking about here. Someone that has the ability. We're talking about somebody who just say, "Holy man, he have the experience. He worked in government for 50 years, 40 years." That's what we're talking about. You work in government 50 years, but they actually show in those places you work. Person, never get transformation have you made that is changing, that Liberians are benefiting from today. You have nothing to show. You have nothing to show. I told someone, we are against the administration of we are because of the way they have treated this country. But it doesn't mean that we'll just take anybody and just put them there because we want change. That's the reason why some of us, we are very much courageous behind Dr. Clarence MONIBA because we know the ability he has. We are seeing what he wants to do for this country. That's why we need to give him a chance. That is the reason why we need to give Dr. Clarence MONIBA the chance. That's why. Because he has what it takes to transform Liberia. So those of you out there, you need to help us to share the life, right? All of us come on. Help us to share the life. I'm not able to share the way I should share because I'm using my angel I'm using for this life. So those of you who following us on YouTube, on our Facebook page, on West Coast TV Facebook page, you need to help us to share the life. We beg of you. So Dr. Clarence MONIBA, as head of the presidential delivery unit, where he negotiated for the 50 million that today goes to the new terminal at the Roberts International Airport. 50 million with the Chinese government. He represented Liberia, negotiated, and he succeeded. Today we have a new terminal at the Roberts International Airport. A new terminal we have at the Roberts International Airport. Because of the instrumentality, the negotiation skill, the leadership ability of this man, Dr. Clarence MONIBA. $50 million we got for the Roberts International Airport. So the man, he has his hand work. So the Labrador water and say what? we see the white plane ref facility. A huge facility, a white plane there. We've seen it be constructed. We've seen it be constructed. It was constructed, and today Liberians are benefiting. Although the current administration, that's what we're talking about. When you have bad leadership, someone use their energy so that Liberians will benefit. But another person came and they do not know how to manage it. It's just acting like blind and crippled, blind and crippled. Everyone doing their own set thing. That's what the current KPEHE MONIBA has done. These are things that he was involved into, and many more, right? We talk about the national fiber optic connectivity when it comes to telecommunication, internet. So every sector of the country, this man, oh my God. If Liberians, if we will miss this man, to allow ourselves be wasted, our time be wasted, and another 6 years come and pass, we will have ourselves to blame. We will have ourselves to blame. The Liberia National Union, that KPEHE MONIBA, he has what it takes to change this country. So let's support him. Let us support him. It is very much important that we all support him. Let us support this man. Every sector, the telecommunication, the fiber optic, under his administration, through his instrumentality. But still we have current leadership problem. So the way Liberians should have been benefiting from those things, they are not benefiting from it. So these are things that are hurting that the KPEHE MONIBA. See his people being treated in a form and manner after he has struggled. He uses energy. So that's why he's telling you and I, give me the opportunity, give me the chance. Let me change this country for the better. So when it comes to the issue of road, he's involved. Oh yes, he's involved. He's involved. He is involved. When it comes to the issue of road, like the issue of the from ERW to Kokla, from the ERW to Kokla road, right? It was through the instrumentality of KPEHE MONIBA that the Liberian government got that money. The Liberian government got that money. That road should have been completed since 2019. But because President Weah and his administration, they do not have the ability to go lobby for other money to face other major roads in the country, so they keep delaying it because they want to use it for politics. But that road should have been completed since 2019. The ERW to Kokla Factory Road, it was through the instrumentality of Dr. CLARENCE MONIBA, the Lofa County Board, the son of Lofa County. Yeah. Like the issue of the Japan Freeway, right? Commonly known as the Somalia Drive. The Japan Freeway, the first phase, it was through the instrumentality of Dr. KPEHE MONIBA that road was built and completed. He negotiated with the Japanese government. He negotiated with the Japanese government. And they saw the need. Because of the way he pleaded with them, they saw the need to come and help build that road. It was what the current mission based on, and they entered into the next negotiation for the second phase. So that the current KPEHE MONIBA help this current administration. That's the kind of person we have. That's the kind of person we are speaking of. That is the kind of person we are speaking of. Someone that has the negotiation skill that will go when they sit before world leaders. Those people will see the need of transforming the various sectors in the country. Today, look at those where the health sector is damaged. Agriculture sector, la vla. That's why we need to support this man. That's why we need to support this man. So folks, wherever you are, let me go for this very short break. When I come back, then we continue our discussion, right? Let me go for this very short break.
To God be all the glory, the praise, and the honor for great things He has done. A few weeks ago, Liberia and politicians woke up to a new day when they heard that I have chosen and accepted to run with Dr. Clarence MONIBA as his vice standard bearer. I can assure you, we have hit the grounds running. We are ready to make this Liberia a new Liberia. When I was coming up here, somebody said, please explain IEUE. So let me explain it so those of you who don't understand it can understand it. I was recording a lawmaker who wanted to eat. And he didn't say you eat, I eat. He said, I eat, you eat. The minister eat. And I said, I'm scared to eat. He said, I will eat your own. But eat your own. If you do not come out with your family members and friends and make this change that we envisage, we will continue to remain backwards.
What would you do differently And how would you do it? Not just what would you do. Because part of what we're faced with, I must set the premise for you, is that people can, I would build the overhead bridge. When you see that overhead bridge, Bali Island will be the city. You know that swamp, we got to fill it up first, they got to do all kind of studies, right? So
Right.
it's like, what are you going to do differently? And how are you going to do it? Not when.
Yeah.
What are you going to do and how are you going to do it differently? Help us here.
No, and honestly, thank you for that question. And I think that how is the most important thing because you're right. Everybody who's running out say, "Oh, when I get there, I will do this, I will do that," and then when they get there, then it's the other excuse. But I think the first thing that people have to be able to do when we are looking at all the presidential candidates, even when you go to a representative and senatorial level, is to be able to look at that person's history. What have they done? Because I think that lays the premise for going to anything. Um, and so, the first thing I say is I'm very proud to say that I've helped to negotiate hundreds of millions of dollars to this country. And not one single person will ever say in Liberia or anywhere around the world that Dr. Clarence Moniba stole one single dollar. So when talking about the how, the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to do it in a corrupt, free, and qualified and competent manner. That's the first way we're going to do the how. The second thing is, when I talk to people, I always tell people negotiate with the person who is sitting across the table from them. So I want the Liberian people who are watching this and who are listening to me to imagine somebody like me walking into a room and telling them I'm the president of the Republic of Liberia. And we are going to negotiate in good faith, but we are going to negotiate with a vision and the ability to implement. So I'll give an example. The Republic of Liberia, if we want to connect all of the county capital roads in this country and pave all of these dirt roads and mud roads all over the country, we need $2.5 billion to do so. So how I'm going to negotiate is I'm going to go to the World Bank and I'm not going to be asking for the typical $120 million that we discuss. What we have to be able to do in this country is to leverage what every other country has, and that's the future potential of this country. The World Bank gives us $100 million every single year. And a lot of people don't know this. But in 2016, 2017, and 2018, our government, and I will give credit to a colleague of mine, Judy Moore, for even helping to come up with this idea. But we were the only country in the world that the World Bank was going to allow us to take credit on about $20 million. I mean, 20 years of investments. Every single year, the World Bank gives us about $100 million. That's about $2 billion worth of investments. We can take that type of money and invest it immediately into our economy and into our infrastructure sector, knowing that we have to pay $100 million every single year. If we don't pay it, the World Bank money diverts to the company that did the investment. If we could do something to that level, you already know and understand that within the first 6 years, we will be able to pave all of our county capital roads in the first 6 years. Then you do that same thing when you go to water facilities. You can go to the African Development Bank and do something similar. All I'm trying to say, without making it too complicated, is this. If somebody who can represent and negotiate in faith on behalf of the Liberian people, somebody like me, you will start to see that there's so much more foreign direct investment that comes into the country. You know, the whole world, money is not the problem in the world. It's somebody with a vision to go and get that money. And so when you talk about how, first, it will be corrupt free. Secondly, it will be to the point where we are ambitiously getting billions of dollars in this country and not $50 million, not $100 million. That is not going to transform.
What?
Okay, so welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Yeah, we just went for that very short break. So those of you out there, we'd like to say you just joining us. Welcome. This is West Coast TV Liberia, and the program you are watching is the Hour of a New Liberia, right? A New Liberia Hour. We are coming to it live on West Coast TV Liberia, the online platform, the best communications incorporated. So wherever you are, we'd like to say help us to share the live video because this is about Liberia. This program is about the future of Liberia. That's why those of you following us, we will always encourage you to help us to continuously share the show. We know that others will not want to join, but let us force them to join us. Let us force them to hear all those things that we will be saying here. All those things that we'll be saying. Even time will come on this program that we will have a phone for those of you following us, those of you feeling us to call. But for today, we will not have it. But we are hoping that subsequent time we have all of those things that you will have your say on the program. All those things that we will be saying here, right? So we've been talking about Dr. Clarence P. MONIBA. We're talking about Dr. Clarence P. MONIBA. Who is he? What are some of those things that this man has done? What making him to say? What making him to say he won't become president? Oh, you are not muted. What encouraged Dr. Clarence P. MONIBA to say he wants to become president? Dr. Clarence P. MONIBA, the teacher encouraged him because he is seeing the suffering of us, the way we are suffering. That's what encouraging Dr. Clarence P. MONIBA to contest for the presidency. That's the reason why he's now resting. With the places, the education this man have achieved, he and his family can live on his salary if he say he want to work. Just a few days, an international entity just offered Dr. Clarence P. MONIBA a job, but he chose to reject it. And he himself said, even after this presidency, if the worst thing will happen, which of course we know will not happen, and he does not be successful, he will still seek the betterment of the Liberian people. He will still seek the betterment of the Liberian people. So sometimes people feel that maybe the man he want get something for himself. This man he has what it takes to live the better life that he should have lived, or he should live. But because of you and I, he want to transform our life. He want that when he died, for us to look in his casket, or for our children to look in his casket and say, yes, it was under this man administration that Liberia became food sufficient. It was under this man administration that job became surplus in Liberia. That the young people had the best, started to have best of education in Liberia. That's the legacy you want to leave. To make sure that he succeeds. We are firm on it. And we will not rest. So those of you out there, help us to share the life. In every chat room, in every groups, let it go. So that others will hear those things that we'll be saying. Even when time comes, when we open the phone line, we get phone for this show. When we open the phone line, those things you'll be saying, so that others will listen to it. They will know that we have a man that is prepared to transform this nation. So we're talking about Dr. Clarence P. Who is he? Who is he? This man, like I said, he worked in the public sector of our country, and he achieved a lot in those places. In those places, he achieved a lot in those places. We talk about EAWA to Coca-Cola Road, Coca-Cola Factory Road. Talk about that. We talk about the Japanese freeway. Even the Monrovia Vocational Training Center, the MVTC. It is another project under the administration of Dr. Clarence P. MONIBA, under his the instrumentality, where he led the negotiation, and the Chinese people saw the need Today, see the building the Chinese people put up to the MVDC there. I have one of my brothers that attended the MVDC. At that time when he was there, he really used to praise it. The Chinese people really did well. And it is through the issue of the title that the KPEHE MONIBA that we have that kind of modern building at the MVDC. So what more do this man need to show to us? To tell us that he worth the presidency, that he's prepared right now, he's currently prepared. Over the years, this man has been preparing himself. This man has been preparing himself over the years. What more do we need? What more do we need to see? What more do we need to hear? What more do we need to feel? Fellow friends, to know that this man is the man best suited now to transform this nation, to lead Liberia into prosperity. What more do we need to hear rather? What more do we need to hear? Liberia deserves better. Liberians deserve better. But look, when you know that you deserve better, the ball is in your court now to make the rightful choice. This is the time. And the right choice here is that the KPEHE MONIBA. All of those people, listen, these elections is about the past, the present, and the future. You live the past. You lived the past. You are living the present. Do you want to go back to where you were 6 years ago? Or do you want to continue in the way you are living? I guess that none of us want to go back and none of us want to remain the way we are. We want to forge ahead. We want a better living condition. We want a better infrastructure. We want a better health system. We want the betterment of Mama Liberia. And the only person that can lead Liberia into the better Liberia that we envisage is that the KPEHE MONIBA. Is that the KPEHE MONIBA. He is the person best suited, prepared, has the energy, have the technical know-how, have the negotiation skill, have the ability to transform this country for the good, to transform your life for the good, to fight corruption. This is the man. This is the man. This is the man. That's why we do not need to compromise these elections. Let us forget about the popularity thing. The man is popular. The other man is a bigger opposition political party. He's popular. The man is still long in the Liberian politics. Listen, all of our people, George, we have spent 12 years, impossible more than 12 years in the Liberian politics before he became president. How is Liberia now? How is their living condition? What impact has the administration made that transformed your life? That have changed your living condition? Let us not continuously be talking about the men popular, the men in the big political party. Political party have failed Liberia. Over the years, political party have failed Liberia. From the inception of this country, we had the True Win Party. How those parties fail us? All of those parties fail us. Right now, party cannot. I'm a member of the party. I'm a member of the party. So going by party, all those things are feel Liberians and I feel Liberian. That's why we all need to. You can don't want to say you should leave your CDC. You should leave your United Party. You can still be a member of those parties, but you can't support that the KPEHE MONIBA. You know what? Liberia is bigger than your political party. Liberia is bigger than that political party that you are in. Oh yes, Liberia is bigger than it. Let us consistently say this, that the KPEHE MONIBA is the man best suited for this country, and we should not, Liberians, we should not make any mistake of voting for another person by not bringing the man to the presidency. Another 6 years will be wasted, and we will complain again. We will complain again. Let us consistently help to transform this nation. And the only person that we can bring to power now that can help to transform this nation, to help to lead Liberia into prosperity, to make the health system to work, to make the agricultural system. This man have been consistently spreading his message, his policy, what he wants to achieve since he announced his presidency in February of this year. Nothing has changed. Everything has been the same thing. This is what this man wants to achieve. That's the KPEHE MONIBA. He has said he wants for Liberia to be full sufficient. And he has told us how he wants to change it. And we can see the probability in it working. We can see the possibility. Look, this is the time, Liberians. This is of our generation. This man is of our generation. And you listen to him. You listen to his policy. Those things that he wants to do. The agriculture sector, the health sector. This man said in the agriculture sector, he wants for Liberia. And he said every county in the Republic will be able to produce a food to feed Liberians. Grandpa Bon Kante grew said they will produce some kind of crops. Maryland, Nima, all those counties. Some kind of food to grow, be grown in certain county, being supported by the government of the KPEHE MONIBA. Our farmers will be invested into. Look, we should not miss this opportunity. Liberians, we should not miss this opportunity. We shouldn't miss this opportunity. The man talking about the health sector. What are those things he want to achieve? Under his administration, he want for every district to have a modern state-of-the-art clinic. And at the same time, he want for the Tapeta Hospital in Nema County and the JAF candidate in most County to be to the best, if not the best, but one of the best hospitals throughout the region. And he has told us how he want to do those things. How he want to do those things. The studies, statistics there, study has shown that Tabata and JFK need something around 150 million to have what it takes. So that someone will not fly to go Ghana, to go India. We need 150 million for those hospitals, the two hospitals. I can't remember I said it will be one of his prime priority in the first 1 year for those hospitals to be transformed before he starts to look at every district. Let us not miss this opportunity, fellow Liberians. Let us not miss it. This man had talked about the issue of electricity. How he wants for even the remote part of this country to have electricity. But today in the city, when someone correct everybody yelling, whoa, he has told us how he wants to achieve it. They may have a very clear vision for this country. What he wants to achieve. What he wants to achieve is very clear. And he has been consistent. Thank you, my brother Elisha Zoe. How are you, my brother? Tato Clarence Money he has been consistent in his vision for this country. But listen to all of those people. They will finally give you clear vision. You will not hear it from them. You will not hear it from them. You will not hear it from them. So they're talking about rescue 1, rescue 2, phase 1, phase 2, broom 1, broom 2. They say we have no change for who or who for change. Slogans, to having the best of slogan cannot change your life. No way. Having the best of slogan cannot change the living conditions. It cannot send your children to better schools. It cannot. Having the best of slogan will not create job for you and your family. Having the best of slogan. Having the best of slogan will not give you a better health system. That's why the issue of slogan thing, I can't get money, but it's not interested into it. The slogan is, he wants a new Liberia. He wants a Liberia that every Liberian will be proud of. The Liberia that you will sit and boast with other nationals of your country. That's the kind of Liberia. In the Liberia that will have the best of health system. The Liberia that will have the best of educational system. Where students, people living in high school, will graduate with 2 years of technical and vocational education. They will not just graduate, where some of majority of them already, when they are graduating right now, they don't even know how to read and write. They do not even know how to read and write. Then those kind of people graduating, they do not have no technical and vocational education. These are the people tending to Zocos today. They have nothing to do, just wasting the community. So at the result, what they see those guys that are already into it doing, they will go into it. But when the man graduates from high school with technical and vocational education, that man graduate, he's not going to sit. What he learned, he's going to practice it. He already qualified for the job market. That man graduate straight is going to start to work, to transform to his life and his family. So that his family will benefit from him. That's the kind of Liberia we want. And that's the kind of Liberia that the Clarence MONIBA is telling you about. Where only many lose, that may will not be the order of the day. Where our young people right now, two things, the motorbike and the only meaning are the two things. A majority of those people riding the back and they don't need. Some of them are riding the back and going to school, but majority of them don't care. That's not the kind of Liberia we want. That's not the kind of Liberia we envisage. The Liberia that the Clarence MONIBA is preaching. Where you will be proud of. That is the kind of Liberia we are talking about. And that's why you need to join on board. That's why you need to join us on board. Listen. The political party will not help us. No way. Welcome, those of you watching on YouTube. The political party will not help us. It will not help us. Being part of the political party that is very more popular, it can't help us. What can help us is someone that has the vision, someone that has the ability, the technical know-how, someone that have the negotiation skill, someone that have the energy to transform the country, someone that have the connection. That's the kind of person we should be going after. Not the person that is popular, because since Liberia, from the popularity have carried out nowhere. So they will still suffering from bad road. Today, we are still suffering from bad health system. Today, we are still suffering from bad economic situation in the country. Bad economy. We are still suffering from it. Today, we are suffering from unemployment. Because we've been finding popularity. The mayor is popular, the mayor is second popular, the mayor is this. Listen, it have not helped us. And it will not help us. The only thing that can help us is for us to sit, compare the agenda of those candidates, look at how they intend to transform our lives as a people, and look at the person that have the probability of them implementing theirs. Most of our so-called popular politicians today, they just pass with slogan, rescue one, rescue two. Broom one, broom two, fix up one, fix up two. How you call it? And they say they hope you can count on. That's why Dr. Clarence MONIBA, he does not have interest in slogan. His slogan is the Liberian people. He want to change the Liberian people's life. He want the opportunity where Liberia will have the best of schools, well equipped, where Liberia will be great again, have the best of hospital, the best of technical and vocational education in the sub-region. These are things that he wants. That's his slogan. And these are the people we should go behind. These are the people our support should go behind. Let us stop fooling ourselves. We've been going beyond popular people every year, every election time we go beyond popular people, and nothing has changed. Our life hasn't been transformed. We are still leveraging into abject poverty. Today, as soon when we get rest, we go around the sea. We're going over. Everybody will be fighting to Freeport or Mauritius, fighting to get rest. Where we have all of those land beyond us. We have soil, the richest soil, or one of the richest soil. But we can go around on the sea to go look for rest. Dr. Clarence MONIBA is telling us when he becomes president in the next 2 to 3 years, we will not go on the sea anymore to go look for rest, but rather we will take rest from the farm, where Liberians will feed themselves and start to feed other countries. Every year, Liberia will spend more than 200 million to import rest into this country. More than 200 million is leaving Liberia to go every year. So imagine when those 200 million will live in our economy. You think today, right now, the rate is about 190. You think the rate will go to 190? And when I go, because US will be enough in the country. Those US will not be living in the country. You see why it is good for us to go plant, for us to grow our own food. And that's the vision. That's what our MONIBA is saying. He's saying it. When we plant and we feed ourselves 200 million, more than 200 million will not leave the economy. It will remain in the economy. So as the result, the rate will not go up because we have lots of US in the economy. The rate will not go up. And when the rate does not go up, the prices of things will not go up. You know, right now the rate as it going up, like where the prices of things going up. When the rate does not go up, the prices of things will not go up. You seen it? But because we spend more than 200 million to send out of the country for rest every year, so those money leave the economy. Liberia, we need more US, and the US is less. They will send in more US out of the country. So for the reason, the US is in demand. The Liberians are plenty, so the rate will go up. So as the rate goes up, tin prices will go up. And when tin prices go up, then the Liberian people start to suffer because already no job. Their rate going up, tin prices going up. These are things he's telling us that he wants to achieve. These are things he wants to achieve. We are not still getting it. Look, fellow Liberians, let us fight for the betterment of this country. Let us fight for the betterment of this country. And it is only Dr. Clarence MONIBA right now that can lead Liberia into the Liberia that we want. Oh yes. Let us not be fooled. We have consistently been fooled by those traditional politicians, but those quote unquote popular politicians, they may get people, the man is popular. We are very consistently full. This is the time that we open our eyes. The new Liberia is possible with Dr. Clarence P. MONIBA. The new Liberia is right here with Dr. Clarence P. MONIBA. Let us fight for our people's interests. Let us not allow those traditional politicians to consistently fool us. Liberia deserves better, and it deserves better. Let us not allow those politicians to fool us. So let me say many thanks to you, those of you that joined us today on the program. And we hope others will join us to watch this video later. But let me say many thanks to every one of us to join us tomorrow, which could have been here, right? But we have some schedule problems, so for now we'll be breaking it.
Bluetooth line in.
Sorry, folks. Oh my God. So yeah. So for now, we will be breaking the show. This particular show, the Hour of the New Liberia, every Tuesday, Thursdays, and Friday. Instead of Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll bring it every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 o'clock. So you need to join us on Thursday for another edition. And on Thursday, we will go deep into the MONIBA platform, those things that he wants to achieve. We will dig deep into them. We will see those things. We will see it. We will tell you. We will inform you. And we hope don't allow those traditional politicians to consistently fool you. Have a blessed, God bless day. My name is Ambassador Conor Rufus. Bye bye from my end.